Good afternoon, students. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss the design factors of rotary intersection. Okay, rotary intersection means it's a type of at-grade intersection, and here all the vehicles are forced to move round a large central island in one direction, that is in clockwise direction. All the vehicles are forced to move around this island in clockwise direction. It is known as rotary intersection that we have discussed in the last lecture. Okay, today we are going to discuss about the design elements of rotary intersection, and the design elements are design speed, radius at entry, radius at exit, radius of the central island, weaving length, width of carriageway at entry and exit, width of rotary carriageway, entry and exit angle, capacity. Before going to these elements, we can just discuss some of the definitions of rotary intersection. Uh, these are the definition, that is diverging, merging, weaving, weaving length, etc. This figure, this some are explained this figure. That is diverging means the dividing of a single stream into a separate stream. That is diverging division, and merging means the converging of separate stream into a single stream. These are familiar terms. And weaving means the combined merging and diverging vehicles moving in the same general direction. Weaving. So in rotary intersection there will be weaving process, that is vehicle will be moving in this direction, it will be moving in clockwise direction, then it will exit through this direction, so there will be a weaving process taking place. And the weaving length is the, and in this figure, weaving length, this is the weaving length is the length between two weaving section. Here it is the weaving length, and here this will be the weaving length, the distance between two weaving section, between these two. And here this will be the weaving length, and here this will be the weaving length. And another definition is the entry angle. This will be entry angle at the approach road, angle between approach road and a horizontal perpendicular. If we are drawing a perpendicular line, entry angle is the angle between this approach road and the horizontal line, and this will be the exit angle between the exit road and the horizontal line. And this is the rotary island. This is the intersection angle at the middle of the rotary island between the approach road and the exit road. This is the weaving process. These are some of the basic definitions in rotary intersection. Okay, so we can discuss each elements one by one. First one is the design speed, and the design speed of rotary governs the various elements such as radii and weaving length. And this design speed should be kept minimum value, so that the driver can move very safely through the uh, rotary intersection. And in India, we are providing a design speed of 40 km per hour in rural area and 30 km per hour in urban area. This is the design speed provided in rotary intersection in India: 40 km per hour in rural area and 30 km per hour in urban area. Next is the radius at entry, and this radius at entry is determined by the design speed, super elevation, and coefficient of friction. These terms you have studied in transportation engineering: what is super elevation, coefficient of friction, etc. And based on this, we are fixing the radius at entry, and the radius at the entry should be minimum, so that the drivers can move safely at the design speed. Okay, so usually we are keeping the radius at entry as 20 to 35 meter in rural area and 15 to 20 meter in urban area. Okay, so we are fixing this value in order to have a safe travel for the drivers. Okay, so if we are keeping the radius at entry at 20 to 35 meter in rural roads, the driver can move the or driver can travel through the intersection at the design speed, such that we are designing the rotary intersection. Okay, if the radius is fixed as this value, the driver can move at design speed. Next is the radius at exit, and the radius at exit should be higher than the radius of rotary island, so that the drivers can move safely, exit the intersection. Okay, so usually the radius at exit is provided higher than that of radius of the rotary island. This will enable the drivers to clear the area rapidly. The general practice is to keep the radius of exit curve as 1.5 to 2 times radius of entry curve. Okay, so remember, the radius at exit should be greater than that of radius of the rotary island, so that the drivers can safely leave the intersection. Next is the radius of the central island. The radius of the central island is governed by the rotary design speed, and usually it is equal to the radius of the entry. Okay. And the value, usually this will be equal to 1.33 times the radius of entry curve. Okay, that is the radius of central island, 1.33 times the radius of the entry curve. Next, weaving length. Weaving length we have marked in the figure, that is the distance between two weaving section, and the weaving length determines the easiness with which the traffic can merge and diverge. Okay, and the weaving length determines the basic factors such as the width of the weaving section, the average width of entry, the total traffic, and the proportion of weaving traffic, and etc. Okay, these all factors are determined by this weaving length, so it is one of the important parameter. Usually the ratio of the weaving length to weaving width is kept as 4 is to 1. That is the minimum value. Okay. 4 is to 1 is 4 is to 1 means the ratio weaving length to width ratio 4 is to 1. And also, if the design speed is 40, we are providing a weaving length of 45 meter, and the design speed is 30 kilometer per hour, and the minimum weaving length is 30 meters. It's about weaving length. Next is the width of carriageway at entry and exit. Width of carriageway at entry and exit is governed by the design yearly traffic entering and leaving the intersection. Based on the traffic which are entering and leaving the intersection, we are fixing the width of the carriageway. And the minimum width of carriageway is 5 meter with provision for extra widening. When we are providing minimum carriageway width as 5 meter, we should provide some area for extra widening. Extra widening you have studied in transportation. Okay, so we have to provide some area for extra widening purpose, and minimum width is 5 meter. This is the width of carriageway at entry and exit. This is the table showing width of carriageway at entry and exit. If the carriageway width of the approach road is 7 meter, that is 2-lane road. If it is 7 meter, it will be 2-lane road. Radius of entry is 25 to 35 meter, and the width of carriageway 6.5. Like that, various carriageway width and the radius at entry, width of carriageway of entry and exit is 1. Next is width of rotary carriageway. Okay, width of rotary carriageway means this width. Okay, and usually this is calculating by using equation W is equal to E1 plus E2 by 2 plus 3.5. That is, width of weaving section should be one traffic lane wider than the mean value. This is the mean entry width, and it should be greater than the one traffic lane width. One traffic lane width means 3.5 meter. 3.5 meter plus the entry mean width is the width of rotary carriageway. That is, in this figure, it is the width of rotary carriageway W, and it is equal to E1 plus E2 by 2. The average value of entry, average value of the entry width, that is E1 is the width of entry E1, this portion, and this is the width of non-weaving section E2. Its average value E1 plus E2 by 2 plus one traffic lane width, that is 3.5 meter, is the width of rotary carriageway. Okay. Uh, Next factor is entry and exit angle. Okay, in the first figure I have explained what is entry and exit angle. This is the entry angle, this is the exit angle, and for ideal layout, for ideal design, the entry angle should be 60 degree and exit angle is 30 degree. Entry angle 60 and exit angle 30 degree. Okay, this is the entry angle and exit angle. Usually we are keeping entry angle as 60 degree and exit angle as 30 degree. Entry angle will be double than that of exit angle. Last one is capacity. The capacity of rotary is easily determined by capacity of each weaving section. Okay, by calculating capacity of each weaving section, we can calculate the capacity of entire rotary. The capacity of weaving section is determined by geometric layout, including entrance and exit, is a percentage of weaving traffic, and it is obtained by this equation. QP is equal to 280 W into 1 plus E by W into 1 minus P by 3 divided by 1 plus W by L. Here QP is the practical capacity of the weaving section and is in PCU, passenger car unit per hour, PCU per hour, and W is the width of weaving section in meters, and it will be usually in the range of 6 to 18 meter width of the weaving section, and E is the average entry width that we have discussed in the last slide, that is E is equal to average of E1 plus E2. This E1 plus E2 by 2 is the average entry width, and L is the length of weaving section. This is the length of weaving section, and P is the proportion of weaving traffic, that is it is obtained by this equation, that is B plus C divided by A plus B plus C plus D, and this A B C D is shown in this area, that is A is the left turning traffic moving along the left extreme lane. Left turning traffic through the left extreme lane is A, that is the traffic, and B is the crossing of weaving traffic turning towards right while entering the rotary, and C is the crossing or weaving traffic turning towards left while leaving the rotary, and D is the right turning traffic. A is the left turning traffic, D is the right turning traffic, and B is the crossing or weaving traffic turning towards the right while entering the rotary, that is in right turn, and C is the crossing or weaving traffic turning towards left while leaving the rotary. These are the value of traffic, and it will be given. This is the equation for calculating capacity of the rotary intersection. Okay, and this portion is clearly explained in Ghananjester textbook, page number 240. Okay, after watching this video, you just go through the textbook and read this portion. Okay, Ghananjester textbook, page number 240. Okay. So in today's lecture, we have discussed about the rotary design elements and their design speed, radius at entry, radius at exit, radius of the central island, weaving length, width of carriageway at entry and exit, width of rotary carriageway, entry and exit angle, capacity, etc. Yeah. I am ending this lecture. Thank you.